Today we have another question by Mac. Actually, it was a series of questions related to the pardon of Cindy Young, the J6 grandma, on our community board. I have so many Q&As that I have started, but new opportunities come to me every day, thanks to this community. I chose this one because it is so timely, but many others are in the works, so please bear with me if I haven't responded to you. Most of our precious J6 patriots have been freed, and I must do what I can to prevent them from being treated the way the Vietnam vets were treated. The victims of J6 were political hostages in their own country. I've never seen that in my life. These people have been imprisoned, abused, and mentally scarred, yet many people still believe that they are criminals who deserved what they got. These brave patriots need our support to try to move on and put their lives back together without being stigmatized forever. This was not America that did this to them. I believe that President Trump will correct their place in history, but they need support now. Every mean post, every side glance, every deep state newscast is affecting their recovery. So stop it. If we are ever going to evolve as a civilization, if we are ever going to have a future of peace and space exploration, we must learn to love the fractals of ourselves in this universe. We must connect to higher frequencies so we can cut through the disinformation with intuitive connection. It's out there and waiting for you to connect to it. So here once again is a question by our inquisitive Mac. Always be kind. Here's at MacArthur Louis RZ7TL.
If it was the UAP community that had stormed the Capitol and the White House over alien disclosure, would you have supported them and asked for them to get pardons?
Absolutely, I would, Mac, and you are misinformed. The only people who stormed the Capitol were government operatives, posing as Trump supporters who were paid to create a riot. While FBI Director Wray lied about over 100 agents posed as patriots on January 6th, an FBI informant testified under oath that he marched to the Capitol with fellow Proud Boys on J6. So, we have testimony by the director of the FBI that the Proud Boys were FBI operatives. He said that he was communicating with his FBI handler as people were entering the Capitol. A link is in the description to the questioning of Wray by Senator Kennedy. These are the people who instigated a riot, FBI operatives dressed as Trump supporters, and it's well documented. Have you ever been in the middle of a place that you didn't want to be? That's what happened to thousands of good Americans. The large majority of these people were more mature adults with lives and businesses who saw the evil controlling our world and wanted to support Trump, and it appears that they became part of a huge FBI entrapment sting. There are videos of the police inviting people into the Capitol and taking pictures with them, smiling. This is the information that is missing from the official narratives. Also, President Trump offered Nancy Pelosi National Guard troops, and she refused it. Pelosi was in charge of the Capitol then. There is testimony related to this, which I have also linked in the description. You are still watching controlled media somewhere if you believe these people went there with any sort of violence on their minds, Mac. You know the media and government lies. You do your homework, but you are hyper-focused on disclosure, and there's not a thing wrong with that. But there is a series of events required that we must progress through, which you seem to want to skip. The process of unwinding all of the corruption and its tentacles is a daunting one. When I first learned about it years ago, I truly thought that there was no way to undo what had happened to save our planet. And then, the impossible happened. The American people broke through decades of programming to stand up and put their faith in a man who was so clearly hated and feared by the Washington elite. That's when I knew that Donald Trump was not part of the deep state. It wasn't one or two biased articles that came out. It was 8 years of persistent, point-blank lies which they expected the people to believe, as we have always done before. But this man spoke straight. He spoke the truth whether people liked it or not, and sometimes he was brutal, but he got the job done. He got not only a country to believe in him, but a world, which will be discussed in an upcoming video. By the way, please share this video and others. Like it and tell me what you think, and let's get this show on the road. I'm always grateful for a super thanks, but I value each and every one of you equally. We are all on our own paths, and some are more difficult than others. Let's talk about that. Everything in life has had a path that it followed to get there. We are on the path. We must gain understanding. You have been bombarded with misinformation about January 6th, and you are remembering that. Learn what really happened, and things will become so much clearer. I believe that disclosure occurs when we are cleansed, and what you call political is the cleansing required to get us to disclosure. The reason that numerous other presidents have not disclosed in the past is because of the political structure of control that was created by the dark ones. The dark has never been so weak, and the light has never been so encompassing. This is our chance for disclosure, and we can't screw it up. Trump is doing so much right now that I can't keep up with it. The J6ers are only one psyop that he is cleaning up, and it deserves priority because people had their freedom and their right to pursue happiness stolen. As I'm writing this, tears are in my eyes because President Trump and Melania are visiting the people damaged and ignored in North Carolina and California, whose lives have been taken away from them. He's doing so much that goes unseen by many. Imagine if our President Bush and his wife would have landed the plane as they flew over NOLA after Katrina. Those people were in horror for many months. I volunteered there. All it would have taken was an hour visit from the leader of the country, asking them what they need and giving them a hug. Instead, those people sat in the arena watching their loved ones die with no support from anyone. How do people forget these things? We must first care for our fellow man. Only then will the Federation expose itself and invite us in. The people on the thumbnail of this video are J6 prisoners who were singing "God Bless the USA" after their release. The link to this moving video is in the description, and I encourage you to take a look at it. I have lots more on my X account, so be sure to follow me if you are on X. These people aren't decadents or criminals. They are fathers, sons, mothers, and grandparents. They aren't angry. They are so grateful that the U.S. has been taken back, and they know they are the poster children for the return of our freedom. Anyone who can watch that video and not feel compassion needs to go have a talk with their maker, because these people are your family, and they have saved your freedom. As always, thank you for your inspiration, Mac. Our next Q&A will be a look at the unorthodox Elon Musk and whether he's really on the side of good. So till next time, be strong and be brave.